Good morning, Tetris citizens. It is your old pal Van Dweller back with more classic Tetris Monthly DAS Masters for May 2025. What we've got for you today is is it top 16, right? Yeah, okay. So this is the top 16, sorta, because we already played one of them. What is the best way to show you? Okay, let's find... Yeah, we'll just show you the whole stupid thing. There it is. So the bottom quadrant of the top thing, right? That is match 23 and match 24. Now, match 23 has already been played. Leo defeated Salted Sofa. RXS, thank you for the raid party of 5. So Leo is already in, and now it's going to be Mker versus Tugi. Thank you, Travis. Appreciate it. So we're going to play Mker versus Tugi. The winner will take on Leo. And that will be a top 8 match. And when the winner takes on Leo, that will result in a top 4 finisher who will take on Giovanni. So there it is. The Leo is in. Mker versus Tugi. One of those will be in. They'll play against each other, and then one of those will be in. So it's 2/3 of a top 16 bracket. So that is what we have got for you today. After that, we will be doing our 10K follower celebration-a-thon or whatever, but don't worry about that. We are here for Tetris right now, and that is what I am thinking about. Okay, let's take a look at our rules real quick. This is a 32-player single elimination flat bracket tournament based on the 1989 version of Tetris, released by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System on NTSC consoles. Players can play on emulator or console so long as the game mechanics, appearance, and statistics are unmodified. They can use any controller as long as there's no big buttons or turbo functions used, whether electronical, mechanical, or biological. No biological turbo. Players should not receive any real-time in-game advice. They should not pause unless the commentator tells them to. We're playing level 18 all the way through. Same piece sets re-rolled in between each game of the match. Hertz and input display should be turned on. Players, please do that if you are listening, which you probably shouldn't. Players, this is a DAS tournament, so do heed the spirit of DAS. This is where you play DAS. There are plenty of tournaments where you don't have to play DAS if you don't want to, but this is a DAS tournament, so you are actually playing DAS. Best of 5 throughout. Finals will be best of 7. Winner gets absolutely something, and that is a share in a prize pool which sits at $692.45. $692.45. Oh, excuse me. I just woke up like 20 minutes ago. $692.45 is where the prize pool stands. And want to thank everybody who's contributed so far. If we get to our $1,200 prize pool goal, we will pay the entire top 8. And that would be a nice thing to do. So if you want to do that, bump up that prize pool and give an incentive for players to keep coming back and playing these tournaments, putting in the time, or just setting aside time to play DAS. Players who are open play style, like rollers or whatever. Maybe I'll play DAS. You want to encourage them to do that? Kick in a little bit into that prize pool. Any amount is good. Use the Matcherino command if you're watching here live on Twitch or YouTube. That'll bring up some links. The third one is the one for DAS Masters. Click on that. That'll take you to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Matcherino. Top right-hand corner is where you log in. Click on that. It'll open up a little thing. It says log in. And it's kind of stupid, the things you can log in with. Supercell ID. I don't know what that is. You can log in with Facebook, Google, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Discord, Battle.net, Microsoft, and then Line. I have no idea what Line is. But you can log in with any of those accounts. You do not have to create a separate new account. So that is what you can do. And then once you're logged in, you'll see... I guess you'll see it anyway, a mustard colored button that says contribute. Click on that, and then you're in business. Okay, so do that if you want to. If you want to support the channel, you can do it on Patreon. You can make an ongoing pledge of weekly. What? All right, I just woke up brain. Monthly or yearly. That's another word for that is annual. support to the channel, you can do that. And make sure that this channel continues to exist and continues to bring you top level Tetris 2 giant tournaments every single month. It requires somebody to be able to stream like all day, anytime, 24/7. And that is what that's what this is all about. So thank you to everybody on our screen, including Scott Gray, Jay in the Window, K9, Tacky, Corporal Shelby, Troy, Dan, Kim M, Rogue, Potato, Cat, McMonkey, and Mila. And I got to update this slide because there's a few extra folks, and I will do that when I get a moment. Also, if you want to support the channel, another way to do that is not that, but this. The CTM.WTF website, which is our merch store. Go to there, and there's CTM merch. You can even gift merch to the Twitch chat, and that is fun. And just click the button that says "Gift this to Twitch" to do it. All right, I'm gonna flop over to our play scene. We'll see two. By the way, I love these two players' setups right now because they're both chilling, lounging right next to their space heaters. I think Mker is like the most relaxed chair. I mean, look at that chair. This is someone living life, you know. Big Tetris chair hanging out next to the space heater. It's got a window, you know, the bay window with beautiful shelf to put all your drinks and whatever. And then you got Tugi hanging out, space heater, feeling good, feeling warm. What an amazing time. All right, let's get both of these players their pieces. Yeah, I mean, these people are so relaxed. My word. Here are the pieces. When you are ready, players, you can still take a moment to warm up if you need to, but is Tugi's screen frozen? No, he just looks like that. Basically that says, Vandy, can we please start this now, please? Can you stop your whole thing at the beginning and let's just play Tetris, please? That's what that is. I'm going to refresh our streams, though, because I don't know when they started. So just give me one moment. What was it? 6 and 11? And 11. Yep. Is that a new chair? I don't know. That's a I love a chair. Let me tell you. I love a chair with high arms, right? I love to put my arms up high. 90-degree angle or higher on a chair. I love that. I have a chair like that. But not that puffy, which I like. All right, looks like both players are ready to play Tetris. They're like, Vandy, will you just get us started already? All right, I will. 94A07. Both players are here. Classic Tetris Monthly Das Masters. Pink bracket, Mker versus Tugi. Let us get them started in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Vance has said CTWC finals need to have chairs of that quality. Vance, you've really said something there that merits a lot of consideration. All right, next time we do a live event, we're going to find a way to have big, comfy chairs for the finalists or the semifinalists. When we get down to solo matches, there will be big, comfy chairs. You're going to be sitting in these uncomfortable, rickety, hard pieces of crap. You're going to be sitting in luxury. That is the goal. You got to have a big, beautiful chair. All right. On the left side, it is Mker. And if I can find Mker, there we go. Mker qualified into this tournament with a 1.09 million seed number 6, and in virtue of that seed number 6, this is Mker's first match of the month in this tournament on May 25th. It says top 8. It's actually top 16. Sorry about that. But yeah, our top 8 qualifiers get to start off in the round of 16, a 2-round bye. So that is why Mker is here and playing his first match. Mker is from Finland, has a DAS PB of 1.25 million. I think this is Mker's third appearance in Das Masters top 4 in January of this year, his debut. Mker played in the silver bracket in the second online year of CTWC 2021. 89,000 for Mker, 145 for Tugi. Mker won CTEC Finland in 2022, was in the top 6 in 2021 of CTEC, went out versus Tegamek. Also, CTP Finland 2021, I think, was the winner of that. That's a Tetris, Classic Tetris PAL tournament. And yeah, Mker was rated, I believe. Let me check this out. Is that true? Yes, rated 13 in the most recent Premier poll for DAS. That is Pumpy's Premier poll. Do not call it the PPP. 206 for Mker, 220 for Tugi. But yeah, Mker rated 13th in that poll. You can go to premierpoll.com, Premier with an E at the end. As in like the first poll, which it is. It's the first one. On the right side of your screen, seed number 11 from Austria, qualifying into this tournament with a 1.05 million. It is Tugi. Tugi's got a 1.34 million PB. That's a former score world record. It is currently number 3 on the list, I believe, because NGC Man PB'd, and that was the number that, and is now the new number 2 scorer. Tugi was rated 15th in the most recent Premier poll. He's played in the main event at least 2 times, 2022 and 2023. The Masters event. Was 4th in the CTWC DAS tournament championship in 2022, top 8 last year. Also played in CTWC's gold bracket in the 2 online years, plus 2022 and 2024. Top 8 in CTEC in 2020 and 2021. And in the Austria event, 2024, 2025. And first in one of the CT DAS test tournaments, the one in 2022. And I'm sure Tugi has other accomplishments, but I can't find them. I'm sure they're there. Tugi also, the host of the award-winning, what award? I'm giving it an award right now. Best podcast hosted by an Austrian. So an award-winning podcast, Community Chronicles. 418 for Tugi, 424 for Mker. Yes, Grandmaster Ubero, nobody is actually complaining about the CTWC chairs. Is it just me, or do the scores look slightly cut off at the top? Yes, they do, but there's only so much we can do in the limited time we have with stencils. I'll try to mess with it. Anyway, 493 for Mker, 493 for Tugi, 4 lines apart. Level 19 is coming soon. In just a few lines, Tetris for Mker, trying to clean up this stack. 3 lines to go until 19. So 518 to 517. Tugi Tetris is 539. Mker's in at 526. The speed is increased by 50%. So me in this game. And Tugi's in at 566. So pretty healthy transition scores for DAS in a tournament. Mker, line dependent on the left side, but brings it down. Okay, nice little burn here. Mker trying to set up some burns so we can have a good down stack here, but okay, yeah, there we go. L to the right. Okay, great patience and vision here for Mker. Now he's set up for a Tetris if he can get a bar very quickly, which he wants to get, and he gets it. He gets a Tetris, 600,000 for him. He's set up again, and another one. 628 for Mker, 608 for Tugi. Tugi now 10 lines, 11 lines back, and back by about a Tetris's worth of points when they're 10 lines apart. Okay, Tetris Mker, 690. There's one Tugi, 648. Of course, this is this whole bracket really all relatively clustered close together in their time zones, so fairly easy to schedule. We like that. Okay, Mker trying to bring this down. Gaps on the right side. Wow, I mean, this is great survival. Obviously, this is a DAS tournament. Players playing DAS. If you're used to rolling, then you're seeing players who are just ripping pieces up like to the left, 17 rows up. And this looks like, oh, what? You can get out of this very easily. No, this is actually very difficult to do what Mker's doing right now. Surviving with the DAS playstyle. Great burn there. I mean, this is so difficult. What can get over to that left? What can do it? And the answer is not much. And that is going to be a top out for Mker. Couple of sequences here of survival. Tugi is good. You are good, Tugi. I mean, that was really insane to survive as long as that. Unfortunately, not going to work out for Mker, but Tugi, you want to mullen it out? You can. Of course, when you're that close, I mean, I don't know any reason to do it, but if you want to, you can, just to get the practice. And to give me time to tap your stencil down a little. All right. Okay. The game goes to Tugi. And a good game. New pieces are here for you, my players. Yeah, I gotta get some coffee in me, guys. I might be on this a while. Mila is here. Welcome, Mila. 20A8BB. Serial number with the 755 into the prize pool. That evens it up at $700. Thank you, serial number. Both players are on seed. I always have to check with those 8s and Bs. And game number 2, Tugi up 1 game to none. Mker looking to tie it up as game 2 gets underway. Tricky Pete says the proud of Vienna. Let's go, Tugi. Oh, Summer B, if you don't know the half of it. I'm like the worst guy. The heck. So let's see, I had birthday yesterday. We got barbecue at recently the Le Guide Michelin, the Michelin guide, you know, that awards those Michelin stars. They were in Austin handing out Michelin stars to barbecue places, and We went to one in town that was what? Leroy and Lewis barbecue. We went there. That was amazing. So if you're, if your gustatory orientation involves meats and you like barbecue, even if it doesn't actually, because they do have some like vegetarian options. Actually, they have these cauliflower burnt ends. We didn't try those, but because we're meat people. 142 for Mker, 161 for Tugi. We went to Leroy and Lewis, Michelin starred, and yeah, it lived up to the hype. Everything was amazing. Barbecue beef cheeks, that was great. This flat iron steak, which they do like a brisket, was amazing. All the sides were great. The Frito pie and the pork hash, it was amazing. Tugi 231, 213 for Mker. What else did we have? Oh yeah, we were talking to this guy in line. Pretty nice guy. He's there with his son. Man, I don't know. We were just talking a bit in line. I always want to, whenever I see somebody or talk to somebody with like a 17-year-old son, I always want to recruit and be like, oh, did you know that there's classic Tetris? It's, I don't know. I didn't do that. But anyway, we got to talking. He's from Houston. And, there's so many good things on the menu. We're like, oh, we want to get that burger. And it's like, well, we can't come all the way here just to get a burger. I hear the burger's amazing. And he's like, oh, that burger, I'm going to get that burger. He's from Houston, so he's not going to come back up here anytime soon. And then we finally get our food. We're in line like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And the guy finally gets his food and he walks up and he has a burger and he like cuts off 25% of his burger and gives it to us because he knows we didn't order a burger. So literally just a guy just giving us food off of his plate. It was delicious. That was really weird. I've never had someone walk up to me in a restaurant and cut me food off their plate. He's like, don't make this weird. And he just starts cutting half of his burger onto our plate. He's a nice guy. 319, and it was his son's birthday too. 321 for Mker, 375 for Tugi. So yeah, everything was really good. Oh, they had a bacon rib, a barbecue bacon rib, which was crazy. Anyway, 367 Mker, 400 Tugi. Big recommend. It's not really too much to go, you're not going a lot out of your way to recommend a place that has a Michelin star, but it was really good. Bring your wallet. Tugi 445, 413 for Mker. Since this is, the food stream, I guess, at times, I figured I'd bring up. But yeah, 2 hours in line. And that's like Austin's favorite pastime is being in line and waiting for things just to show like how hardcore you are about the thing you're doing, waiting in line. It's like you can brag to everybody in Austin, be like, oh, whoa, 2 hours? Whoa. Or they'll be like, that's nothing. I was in line for 4 hours at Franklin, like people nuts about that. 524 for Tugi, 489 for Mker. Mker quick tap that L to the left, I believe. Tetris, Mker 559, 530 for Tugi. So 6,000 point difference. Mker ahead by 6 lines. S flat for Tugi as players prepare their stacks for the 19 entry, which happens at 130 lines. 584 entry for Mker. Tetris for Tugi, 579. 1 line to go. What is the place? It's called Leroy and Lewis in Austin. So next time you're in Austin, check it out. It's got only a 2-hour wait as opposed to Franklin, which is like a 3 or 4 hour wait. Yes, Leroy Jenkins. But we were considering running in, just blowing past everybody and screaming Leroy Jenkins, but we didn't do it. 690 for Mker, 642 for Tugi. Tetris, Tugi 669. So Tugi back by about 47,000 points when the lines were a little closer. Tugi's got lines in hand, about 7 lines in hands right now. 74,000 points back. We did that. Sue got me cupcakes, birthday cupcakes from the Upper Crust Bakery. None of these are sponsoring us, of course, but just giving you some recommends for when you're in Austin, whenever that is. 787 Mker gets that S piece to the left. And not gonna get the quick tap of the Z over to the left. And so Mker in a little bit of trouble here. Z spin in. And Tugi gonna top out at 731. So Mker, you are good. Mker was scrambling, trying to survive. Doesn't have to because he's already ahead. But let's see what he can do. A bunch of pole vaults with those long bars. Okay, Mker ties it up. New pieces, players. Yeah, we had a cream cheese filled cupcake. Not cream cheese, I'm sorry. Cheesecake, which I guess has cream cheese in it, but a cheesecake filled cupcake. Red velvet cupcake, which is just chocolate colored red, but whatever. Delicious. And carrot cake, which is my personal favorite. I love carrot cake. Okay, 4EC, 7DC, 4EC, 7DC. Both players are ready. What was once a best of 5? Now, a best of 3 between Mker and Tugi. Game number 3. Doesn't Red Velvet have like beet juice? Yeah, I mean, you can do that if you want it natural, or sometimes people use chemical. Whatever food coloring is made out of. Could be beet juice, I don't know. We had that, and then so that was for lunch. And in the afternoon we went to Donkey Mo's, which is like they do like sort of Korean inspired fried chicken. So that was birthday day, and then I got big Tetris. Sue got me the big Tetris XL. It's like giant Jenga, but Tetris. Well, Donkey Mo's was not waiting. You just walk right in. Vandy talks about food 90% of the time. The other 10% is Tetris talk. Well, you know, that's fine. It's no big deal. Yeah, when the Tetris gets exciting, we talk about Tetris. When the Tetris is just level 18, we talk about people in the chat, or we talk about what I did on my birthday. 150 for Mker, 164 for Tugi. And 5% chairs. Yeah, 5% chairs. 90% food, 10% Tetris talk. And 1% Carnation instant breakfasts. Tetris down for Tugi, 211, 198 for Mker. And we may or may not have also, on top of all that, gotten milkshakes at P. Terry's. Chocolate banana milkshake. All right, that's it. That's literally everything. See, it seems excessive now. I'm listing it out in front of everybody. But what the heck? Now you want a milkshake? Oh my god. Milkshake's good. 297 for Mker, 287 for Tugi. You know, low key, I'm kind of like, when people are like, oh, we have thick milkshakes, I'm like, that's not a milkshake. That's just ice cream in a cup. Like, you should, like, the milkshake should be drinkable, you know, through a straw. 314 for Tugi, 367 Mker. So 70,000 point lead for Mker, but again, Mker ahead in lines, playing a little higher. On average for Mker, so getting more or pieces, you know, falling at a, you know, more pieces per unit time. It should be drinkable but not taste like milk. Oh, I disagree. I think there should be a slightly, you know, I think the milk should be there. Maybe not milk forward, but I think the milk flavor should be there. It's made of milk. So if you're in the US, something like In-N-Out might be a little too thin, but it's better than like Whataburger, which I haven't had one of their shakes in years, but 551 for Mker, 421 for Tugi. So Mker ahead by about 110,000 now. Again, ahead by like 13 lines though. So if all those lines from Tugi were Tetris's here were 22,800. You know, that would cut that lead in half or so. So 580 entry for Mker into 19. We'll remember that as we wait for Tugi to get in. Tugi going to set up long bar column 9, another long bar for the Tetris, another long bar for building out the left, and the long bar is now appear to have been activated. See if that continues. There's another one. Tetris Tugi into 19 at 519. So about a 60,000 point lead for Mker at transition. Of course, Mker 12 lines ahead. Oh, you prefer much thicker milkshake. All right, well, it's 19 now. So no more milkshake talk. Now it's all Tetris. 696 for Mker on level 22. 572 for Tugi. All right, Tugi gets set up. Long bar over Tetris. Tugi 628. Tetris Mker 756. 15 line difference. Mker ahead in lines. So when we hit that, final kill screen, level 29. Sorry, I had to sneeze there. Then, Tugi will still have, maybe 12 to 15 lines still to work with. And those could be consequential by the time we get there. Okay, so Mker taking some burns. Tugi back by 80,000, but 15 lines in hand. Tetris is on Tugi's current level 24, worth 30,000 points. Tetris for Tugi, 790. There's one Mker, 873. This is maximal for Mker on 26. Okay, nice burns for Tugi. Has to block the well. He's got 4 rows of garbage over it. Mker with a stack that is concerning. Trying to keep that left side open for L's. All right, Mker looks like he's going to survive. He's set up for a Tetris and gets it. 923. 8 lines to go for Mker until 29. And Mker setting up at the end here. I think he knows that Tugi can chase this down, so he's taking a little extra risks here to try to get extra Tetrises at the end. It's going to pay off. He's got a 998. He gets the max out on 29 with singles. So A03, Mker still going, playing 29. He's got level 30, Mker. 245 lines, A13. We'll see if those last points made a difference. And I think they did because, well, they didn't make a difference, but Tugi here is going to have to set up for, well, a million, actually. There is one, and there's just no way, even with that, he's going to catch him. So those points, actually, those post-29 points made a difference. Those post-29 points made a difference because Mker transitioned in with a sub-max out at 997. So those post-transition points for Mker were the difference. What the heck? Those post-29 points, what the actual heck? What? Is that the first time where those points made a difference? I mean, Tugi did everything you can possibly do at the end. He got that Tetris on 29 at, oh my God. Oh, the Dog Andy decider. That's right. Oh my goodness. But that was an exhibition match, right? Oh my word. Okay, well, I'm going to give you players pieces. We're going to give Tugi the game. Take a moment if you need it, players. I need a moment. I mean, Tugi did everything you can possibly do at the end, but Mker with that post 29 just singling there like halfway into 30 as well. Oh my God. Now you have to play on 29 to win at DAS. I mean, that's it. You got to play 20. That is it. That is crazy. Sorry, I'm just flabbergasted. All right. A9 DO4D. Both players are ready. Game number 4. Mker versus Tugi. Tugi needs to win this one to set up a deciding game 5. Mker looking to wrap it up right now. 3, 2, 1, go. So we do have another match after this. The winner of this will take on Leo. I mean, Tugi did everything he could possibly do, short of basically matching Mker, you know, and trying to find a way to get that last Tetris, but then eke out points. But I mean, that was wild. Okay, Tetris Mker 119. Dirty Tetris Tugi 120. Okay, Mker at 211 through 44. Tugi 212 through 46. These are pretty good early paces. Also, I want to thank both of these players for their scheduling flexibility. This was originally scheduled for the, what was it, Thursday? Was it Thursday? Or Friday? That was the day, whatever the day is we did the Masters Finals. We had to get that Masters Finals done under some time pressure due to player availability. And these two graciously allowed us to move their match to today, as well as Leo. So thank you to these players. 309 for Mker, 308 for Tugi. Black Ops on YouTube says someone will get a DAS 33 in comp by year's end. Yeah, I don't know Steel C what they're doing. They're just not available. $401 for Mker. Tetris Tugi 381. So they are 2 lines apart. Mker up by about 40,000 points. Tetris is here worth 22,800. Once we move into level 19, they will increase in score 1,200 points every level increase. Oh, thanks, Rodri. Appreciate that. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I don't want to get my executive producer mad at me, but I did talk about it a little bit. 520 for Tugi, 521 for Mker. And we're just about 12 lines away from level 19. And yeah, 600K transitions on the table for both players. Mker gets that Tetris into 19, transitions with a 614. Tugi is in at 615. So right now, same lines, separated by 40 points. So super close. Tetris Tugi 691, 669 for Mker. Okay, Tetris Tugi 726. Mker long bar over Tetris 727. Okay, good stacks for both. Tetris Tugi 781. I mean, look at these. I mean, they're these. Oh, so jealous. Why can't I play like this? You know, God, just too old, too dumb. Tetris Tugi 817, 793 Mker. There's the Tetris Mker 822. Okay, Mker 857, 881 Tugi, level 24, just a couple lines apart. Tetris for Tugi 912, 860 for Mker. Tetris Mker. The lines are tied. Tugi ahead by about 50,000 points. Tetris's on 25 are worth 31,200. And by the time we get to 29, they'll be worth 36,000. Tetris Tugi 991. Mker with the max out. Tugi with the max out. Tetris Tugi. Lines are tied. 2,000 point difference. So it's all going to come down to, oh no, Mker, that left side quick tap does not work. So now it's in a tough position to Tetris here. He's got 6 lines to go before 29. Tugi, though, with a good low board and Mker's board. I don't know how he's going to score off this. A72, Tugi with the 1.1. And yeah, Mker is done and tops out at A73. Tugi with the 1.14 is going to take game number 4 and force a deciding game number 5. So GG's to both players. Double max outs, near double kill screens. Mker with a 228, Tugi into kill screen. Yeah, nearly double 1.1s. And yeah, it was that just couldn't get that, what was it, a J piece over to the left for Mker. Really sealed it for him. So imagine an A73 with Das and losing. Yeah, for real. That is absolutely crazy. All right, new pieces. This is a match of all time, which is not surprising with these two players. 0A23EA in this decider. Where's my decider emote? There it is. Decider. You put it right there. Doogie. Let's see, Doogie or Durker. I'll just put it right here where it belongs. Okay. You're rooting for Doogie? All right, let's go. Decider time. Classic Tetris Monthly Das Masters. Pink. The winner goes to the top 8. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Tugi Hauser. I mean, yeah, if you had a Team Das champion, a Team Das tournament, I mean, Tugi and Hauser should play. Okay, we are underway, and this has become a pretty tense battle between these two to get to the top 8. 139 for Mker, 140 for Tugi. Mker has been to the semifinals in Das Masters, did that in his first month in this tournament in January. This is his fourth appearance. I believe this is Tugi's second appearance in Das Masters. First appearance was March, the most recent one before this. Looking to make it to the top 8 for the first time in this tournament. $260 for Mker, $220 for Tugi. His name is pronounced Mker? Well, yeah, that's what I've been told. So that's what I say. And no one has said otherwise. Oh no, Tugi gonna top out at 228. And Mker is already ahead. And in a little bit of an abrupt ending in the decider, Tugi is going to go out. Mker is going to take this one 3-2. Well, what a great performance from Tugi. Really great match between these two. I know that if Tugi does play this event again enough times, I mean, Tugi has a deep run in him for sure. I mean, former world record holder. Obviously, you saw the skill on display. Just this is such a difficult play style to play consistently, and it happens to the best players, and it happens to me like every game. So, okay, Mker will be moving on. I'm going to report the results of this one. We will go into a match against who? Oh, yeah, Leo. Right? So let me go ahead and report this. We'll be right back. Run a quick ad. Try to pay for this stream. And yeah, we'll be right back. What do you think of that? I just got to figure out a way to do these cams here, you know? It's like, cause we only have head cam for Leo, so just put it in Mker's chair. All right. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to all right. That's fine. That's good. I'm just happy anyone's playing this, you know, this tournament, so I'm willing to put up with a lot, but would be good to have a little more cam to work with. Players eventually. AI has gone too far, right? I am not gonna obviously keep this on for the tournament. Or should I? Should I just keep it on? What do you think? I mean, otherwise I just have like this. Or I just got to zoom in on, you know, on Mker. I'm going to have to zoom in. It's got to be even. You can't have one guy sitting down and then one guy's giant head. It just doesn't look right. I'd rather big grainy heads. There you go. Now we got two big heads. Use my own webcam. All right. Big grainy heads. All right, players, just give me 1 second and I'll be right back. Unfortunately, this apartment building can have a little bit of an ant problem when the seasons change, and appears to have happened a little early this year, and these are little nasty buggers that like to bite, and so I found a couple, and I just got to try to eradicate them. 'Cause I'm one of these, I like to go barefoot around the house, you know? Is Blue Scooty gonna be playing today? No, Blue Scooty not gonna be playing today. Okay, looks like both players are ready. Let's go ahead and give them their pieces. Prediction, is there a mod in chat who wants to run a prediction? I don't see a lot of mods today. I'll put one up if you want, but here are the players. Here, manage a prediction. Start a prediction. Who wins? Is it Leo? Mker? Submission period. You have 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, this is found footage of Mker. Can you be a mod? Maybe. We have mods. We're taking applications for June. Now, of course, one of the requirements of being a mod is not asking to be a mod, right? Anybody who wants that much power doesn't deserve it. So now you've reset the clock on your mod application. You watch 94% of streams? All right. Well, that will help. That will help. We might actually be out of mod ships. I got to take a look. I don't know. I think there's only so many you can have. We might be at that limit. Okay, the pieces are C18F0C. You watch all the streams? I know you do. Okay, C18F0C. I wasted a mod spot on I know, Vance, I did. I might have to take that away. You're kind of right there. But a true mod would know. All right. Let's go ahead and get these players started. Leo versus Mker. This is a top 8 match. It says top 16 on the screen, but you know in your hearts that it's a top 8 match. Leo versus Mker. The winner goes to the semifinals in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Thank you, Stanislaw. Appreciate that. See, Chen, I can't mod you yet because I cannot trust you to be objective because of your horrible treatment of Kingsman. As much as he deserves it, you know, that is the thing. You're always so mean to Kingsman, and you really just need to be mean behind his back. You know, not directly to his face. See, that's the problem, Chen. I mean, we can't have you out there gunning for Kingsman and all his fans and friends. Okay, we are underway here in the top 8 Das Masters. We've got 2 players already in the semifinals. That is Pixelandi and Giovanni. The winner of this match will play against Giovanni in the semifinals whenever those happen. On the left side of your screen, it is Leo. Leo got a 2-round bye in this tournament in virtue of his top 3 seeding. So did Mker, actually. Leo defeated Tugi in a thrilling match to get here to the top 8. Qualified in with a 1.13. That was the average of his 2 best games played in a 1-hour qualifying period. Leo is from Bulgaria. He's got a 1.26 million, which is good for about 25th or so on the leaderboard. Ranked number 3 in the most recent DAS Premier poll. You can see the full results over at premierpoll.com. Premier with an E at the end. 210 for Leo, 175 for Mker. Leo making his, did I say 4th or 5th Das Masters appearance? I think it was 4, maybe it's 5th. All right, Mker trying to uncover that left side. Gets a couple of good pieces to do that. Would love a quick bar, but has some burns and can take them. And there's a Tetris. 204 for Mker, 264 for Leo. Leo, I think with the 4th Das Masters appearance, 4th or 5th, has been in the finals 2 times, September and October. And given that the only people who've ever won this tournament are Dog and Andy, well, you know the results of those too. Leo is a former hopeful circuit winner, played in CTWC DAS, their championship in Germany in 2023. Also took first in the CT DAS Real Tournament. Tournaments that were ahead of their time, run by Scamper. Took first in the CT DAS Real number 1 tournament. On the right side, it is Mker from the pink bracket. Also got a top 16 seeding. That allowed him to skip the head of the line here and just get right to a top 16 match. Oh, Leo didn't defeat Tugi. Leo defeated Salted Sofa. I said Tugi. Leo defeated Salted Sofa. Mker defeated Tugi to get here. 1.09 qualifier for Mker from Finland with a 1.25 million. Fourth Das Masters appearance was top 4 in January. 13th on the most recent poll. His PB puts him about 26th. Played in the silver bracket in CTWC 2021. That was the online year. CTEC Finland winner. CTEC top 6 in 2021. And Classic Tetris PAL Finland winner, I believe, in 2021. RXS, I don't know what that means. What that mean, RXS? 483 for Mker, 479 for Leo. Oh, on PAL, the first DAS 1.4 on PAL. Oh, got it. Okay. Didn't know that. I've learned. Tetris Leo 527, 508 for Mker. I remember Finland in early days had some really interesting tournaments. I want to say like 2018, 2019, something like that. Like CTWC Finland. You know, Finland always had a good number of players. 599 here for Leo, into 19, 586 for Mker. But I think that's the one where they crowned like a Finnish champion and then the tournament champion. So whoever was the highest ranked person from Finland was like kind of celebrated more than the winner of the tournament because it was like the Finland tournament. All right, Mker gonna fill out that left side with a Tetris. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, there was a tournament winner, but the highest ranking Finnish person, that was the real champion. That was way back in the day, before most of you were born. 694 for Mker, 730 for Leo. I think that Yanni, I forget how it actually went down. Those things aren't, you know, some of the, in Wikipedia, some of those early tournaments are not in there. And, you know, I don't really know about how wiki communities work and stuff like that. And I know that there's some events missing from 2019, 2018, that kind of thing. And can I just go in there and add them? Like, is that a thing I can do? Or like, no, you broke some major protocol. I don't know. All right, Mker going to pull back that bar. I mean, I don't know if that was early shift or what, but pulled it back, try to keep that Tetris well open. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of Finnish people that I, you know, in Tetris that I know. Mker, of course, and Yanni. And, Akatu and JJ. Doggo, woof, woof. 945 for Leo on 25 is a huge pace. 841 for Mker. Mker looking over him is like, what? It's like scoffing. Like, this is not real. Tetris Mker, 875. 983 for Leo. Leo's got the max out on level 26. He's got to bring this stack down to safety just because that left side is not accessible by whatever pieces, so ended up having to take a double. It's going to knock his pace down a little bit. Oh, Mker here, kind of high centering and trying to hold out for another Tetris and just maybe trying to build. He knows that he has to build aggressively here. Can't get the bar over to the right. Going to try again. Nope. That is going to be it. I mean, Leo just popping off in that one. Early pace was huge. And he's into 29 with a B38. So yeah, that's enough to win that one, Leo. That is enough. So Leo takes game number 1. Why are there so many B in this stream? Yeah, B on the screen. What the heck? Okay, new pieces, players. 6B, 0D, 6B. And I don't know if I thanked Mila for the Prime sub, but thank you very much for that. CTWC DAS is going to be insane. Yeah, if these two are going, if Tugi is going, we've got that a group of players from the U.S. going from Jonas Cup. That would be pretty wild. 6B06, D68. You guys have different... Leo, you got C checked, bro. You just got checked. Okay. Looks like both players are ready. You're good. All right, both players ready. Game number 2. Leo up 1-0. Gonna try to overcome getting seed checked. See what he can do. Try to go up 2-1. Mker looking to win this one to tie it up at a game apiece. Yeah, Scooty, Meme, Fractal, Andy, all top finishers in the Jonas Cup. Will be going to the CTWC's World Championship of DAS, which is in Germany. Now, what happens if all 4 American players are in the semifinals? I mean, is it just... what happens? Will Europe just feel really bad about itself for a while? Like, what happens? That could happen. Says, oh, man, we were doing great. We had all these great players, and all of a sudden America comes over. Ruins the world championship. Oh, all right. I see Andrew Meep. I mean, I think it would be fun to put, just different sides of the bracket, just put all, Europeans on one side, if there's enough Americans on the other side or whatever. Yeah, put all the Americans on one side of the bracket, and that way you're guaranteed to have a European player in the finals. 210 for Mker, 171 for Leo. I mean, unless somebody comes from, outside of Europe. Which I guess is possible. You're guessing CTWC is doing that insane flat bracket thing. I doubt it. I don't know. You mean the DAS tournament or the World Championship gold bracket? Why would you say that? For DAS? I don't know. Isn't that where I stole? Where did I steal it from? I stole it from UK. Flat bracket makes a lot of sense for live events though, because you can basically scale. You can keep the tournament at the exact right size for how many stations you have, and it does make a lot of sense. So you can give people very clear times when they're playing and not playing. $291 for Mker, $272 for Leo. Yeah, I think I stole it from the UK event. $321 Mker, $341 Leo. And Gio and Robin can beat these guys, says Hunter Raj. Oh yeah, of course. I mean, there's tons of great DAS players that are not American. Maybe even most of them are not American. You're hoping a European player will win? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who I hope will win. I'm allowed to root now because it's not, it's not my event, so I'm allowed to root for someone. But usually I develop a rooting interest in a tournament. Like, I don't have it in advance. It's just something that develops throughout the tournament. Like, whoever's story and whatever I get most wrapped up in. 437 Leo, 438 for Mker. Yeah, like I don't go in with a rooting interest, like, oh, I'm secretly always rooting for Andy or something, but I can't say it out loud. Yeah, it's just not like that for me. Like, it's different for me. Okay, Tetris down for Mker, but he's got a gap in the stack. 2 up, 2 over. And when he clears that, that means he's going to be working one row off the bottom. We'll see how long he wants to do that. 12 lines away from 19. I mean, if Andy won the CTWC DAS tournament, I don't know. How do you say there's someone better than Andy, at that point? But you got to wait for it to happen, if it happens or not. 547 for Mker, 556 Leo. $604 for Leo. So I wonder if Leo's going. 600K for Leo on 19, 576 Mker. Both players now into level 20. Leo is going. Yeah, I can't wait to watch this. That is one event I wish that I could go to, but just not in the cards. 659 Leo, 632 Mker. Yeah, I mean, it's not tough flying to Germany. You just buy a ticket and get on the plane. It's not a big deal, but just time and resources are the issue. 665 for Mker. I mean, I've never been to Germany, so it's kind of a place I want to go, but not quite prepared to go there yet. Okay, 675 for Mker, 778 for Leo. Oh, financially? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, amazing survival here for Mker, 738. 818 for Leo on 24. And, Mker with a good score on 24, but Leo just on a whole other planet. After this match, I guess I'm starting like some sort of 10K follower Twitch subathon stream or whatever. It seems like a bad idea the more I think about it, but I guess I'm just going to do it. I'll be on for at least 4 hours. You know, we can play Norg if people want a death match or play stupid Tetris death match, or if you want to do if I can get 8 people who want to do my team concept. I mean, that's the problem with my team concept. It takes 8 people at the same time, which is insane. Typing battles. I recently discovered there's that typing battle website. I'll do typing battles. I'm not that good, but I'll try to find a way to play Trace Vector. Okay, this is going to be really tough for Mker to survive. Leo going to top out at A32. What can Mker do here? We've seen Mker play deep into 29, but there's just not much he's going to be able to do here. That is going to be a top out for Mker. Leo with the max out A32. He's got back to backs. Just play Fortnite. What's up, Vamche? What's going? I don't know how he got that down. I mean, Mker's just built different. I mean, CTWC DAS is going to be... yeah, I mean, that's the tough part is I wish there was more Americans that could go. That is going to be such a tough tournament. All right, new players for the pieces. I know we should all switch to Fortnite. Forget this Tetris stuff. 9E18EE. Doesn't Leo have back 3 back 1.1s? I don't know. I wouldn't doubt it. Although he lost the seed check, so pin any pinners. Here we go. 9E18EE. All right, we are good. Leo is up 2 games to none and looking to take this down right now. Mker needs to get on the comeback trail. Could do so with a win here. Game number 3 underway. Vince is watching here so he can update his DAS rankings. Is that all right? Never heard of these guys. All right, 91,000 for Mker, 69,000 for Leo. Giovanni has back 3 back 1.1 in comp against Sofa. Oh, nice. Well, NGC man, I mean, how you're NGC man kind of dips in and dips out, you know. It's got stuff going on. Maybe not up on all the latest news. Now, what's crazy is I'm around all the time and I don't know any of this. A skim and a Tetris there for Mker, 160, and another one for 183. 146 for Leo. Skibbity Tetris, says 8-Bit Lord. I don't get it. Why are people saying Skibbity Tetris? I don't understand that. Okay, 206 for Mker, 191 for Leo. Giovanni says it's me, Giovanni, Tugi, and Leo who have back 3 back 1.1s. Okay, Tetris for Mker after a tuck there. Those tucks always tricky. You're like, you know, especially if a bar comes and you need it to go over and there's a possibility of losing DAS. You're old, you don't follow things too closely anymore. Yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff is in spreadsheets. A lot of it is just like tribal knowledge, you know, people know. $309 Mker. A lot of it is just like, oh, someone posted in a Discord channel and then it just gets pushed up through scrolling. And then, oh, everybody just knows it somehow. 356 Mker, 280 for Leo. Yeah, that CTWC DAS tournament, that is going to be insane. That is in like less than 2 months. Mid-July, Germany. Okay, Tetris Leo 329, 425 for Mker. Mker gets set up again with that J. Flatten out that board. Waiting out the bar. Tetris Mker. For once, Leo not on just like, you know, God pace. Tetris Mker. All right, he's going to use that J to clear out some of the stuff in this board. Yeah, it's Mker who's on God pace right now. You are right, RXS. Okay, Tetris Mker. He's got a little spire that he's having to build around. Yeah, and he knows he's going to take that safe single just to give himself a little bit of breathing room. Long bar. Tetris Mker, 567. Leo is in at 521. Mker at 635, looking for one more great placement there to make room for that incoming L piece. Long bar over. Tetris Mker, 659 transition into 19. And now he's kind of fighting just to survive here. Okay, he opens up the right. It's not good for a Tetris, but he'd love to just get something down. This is going to be tough because that gap in column 4, that hole. Would love a long bar like right now. And Mker with that huge pace. I mean, huge pace, almost a curse here. That's going to be a top out for Mker at 669. So he gets that huge 19 transition and then doesn't get much further, just 4 lines into level 20. So the chase down target for Leo is 670. Pumpy Heart says, I was summoned. You were summoned? Hello, Pumpy. I don't... were you summoned? Oh, my God. Well, Tetris is on 22, let's say 23, because that's where Leo will be. Worth 28.8. So a Tetris and change is about where Leo is. He sets up for the Tetris. Going to take the burns here. He's got plenty of time. He knows he doesn't need to press. Tetris for Leo, 664, 5,000 points away. Could have put that bar over to the right side. I think that would have sealed it, but it doesn't matter. That's going to seal it. He's all good. Leo is going to take game number 3, and big pace in there for Mker. but a rough entry into the 19 phase is going to doom him in game number 3. Leo goes up 3-0, takes the match, and will be moving on to the semifinals. GG's Mker. You played amazing. A great set. If you didn't watch that set between Mker and Tugi, everything except for the last game, that is worth a watch to be sure. And Leo, I mean, just cruising. Leo looking so strong heading into championship season for the DAS scene. So GG's Leo. We're going to report this match to the centralized reporting agency of Tetris. 3-0. And yeah, it goes in as a 3-0, but I mean, really 2 great performances overall. Okay, let's take a look at the bracket, my folks. There's the big bracket. We'll refresh that. We got to refresh both. There we go. So up at the top, you can see all that, whatever. The bottom, that is the top 8, right? That little dog bone down at the bottom. That is the top 8. You can see we've got 3 people in our final 4. Pixelandy over on that left side, waiting for the result of NGC Man versus the winner of Rorschach versus Bendy. And so, yeah, Rorschach versus Bendy. The winner will against of that will go against NGC Man. That's going to happen on Monday. And then on the right side, we do have Giovanni versus Leo. That is sure to be a barn burner as well. Really excited about that one. Giovanni and Leo, so consistent. Consistent pace from both of those players. That is going to be an insane top 4, regardless of who gets through in the blue-purple bracket. Now, as to when that's all going to happen, don't hold your breath. We have some player availability issues the end of this month that, that are it's gonna push this out a little bit. It's possible that the semis and finals don't get resolved until after CTWC. And by possible, I mean likely. And by likely, I mean definitely. So do not hold your breath. But yeah, so, well, I don't know. That's all right. They'll be DATs. It's fine. All right, folks, in about 20 minutes, we'll be starting our subathon. I am going to go offline so we can start on a new recording and a new slot on YouTube. I'm going to go offline, and we'll start that up at noon. That'll be a kind of 10K Twitch follower celebration stream. I'll play matches against you guys on Norg. If you guys want to do Tetris Deathmatch, we can do that. I would love to do some stupid Tetris Deathmatch. So if you want to do like a no next box or a drought, I have nothing prepared. And in fact, so the timer that I have for the subathon, it'll increment automatically for Twitch contributions. For YouTube contributions, I have to do it manually, which is really annoying. But yeah, we'll do a 4-hour stream and we'll just do nonsense, whatever. I can react to videos. I can take questions. I can play with the fans, you or the viewers. I probably shouldn't call you fans because a lot of you guys are not fans, but you watch. I don't know. I want to try to find a way to connect my PC because I'm streaming on Mac. And I can't play Trace Vector, but I want to see if I can find a way to play Trace Vector on here, and which is where the music comes from, our original music. The music never been played on this stream before, like this music. I've never played Trace Vector. I played for like a minute, but I said I really want to play it for the first time on stream, and I was like 5 years ago, and I've never played. So I want to find a way to play Trace Vector on stream. Could also do typing battles. I'm happy to do typing battles because I want to get into like increasing my typing speed, and there's like a competitive typing site that you can go to and type against people. all kinds of other stuff. So anyway, I'll be back in like 19 minutes, and we will start our stupid thing. Want to thank our patrons for keeping this whole thing going. Everybody on this screen, plus extra shout out to Scott Gray, Jay in the Window, K9 Tacky, Corporal Shelby, Troy Dan, Kim M, Rogue Potato, Cacket, McMonkey, Mila. Thank you so very much. I want to thank see credits. Hopefully we didn't have too many contributing during this stream, because then new followers, Purple Piet and K Van Snick, Twitch subs and resubs, Zar Jordan getting there at the last moment, Mila, and raids from RXS. I guess that was 24 minutes ago, Zar Jordan. You should have waited, because then you can extend my stream. And okay, that is that. And contributions to the prize pool, we did get one from serial number 755. That's going to take us up to 700K. 700K? Yeah, 700, not 700K. 700. That would be a big prize pool for Taskmaster, 700K. 700. So we're just 500 away from our top 8 incentive that will allow us to pay the top 8 in the tournament. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just go offline. Be back in 18 minutes. Goodbye, YouTube. See you in a bit. Doogly doo. Thank you, Caitlin, for the guidance about wikis. And then Twitch.